Hello everyone, this is Christian Gonzalez. It is week 4 of Anatomy and Physiology 2 at Los Angeles Pacific University. Today is June 2nd, 2019. So what we're going to go over today in this week's lab exercise for week 4 is the lymphatic system. So this week's video topic is going to be kind of two-parted. We're going to point out a couple the lymphatic system items here, and then we're going to talk about the flow of lymph through the body. So let's get started, kind of going top to bottom. Item number 1 is going to be the tonsils, which if you can see here, we got these little nice diagrams. So the tonsils will be right there. Then we're going to go down to the cervical lymph nodes, which are going to be right below it, which you can see right here. From there, we're going to go down to the thymus, which is this gland right here, as you can see, thymus gland. Following that shortly is going to be the axillary lymph nodes. So those will be right here, right there in the axilla. And then let's drop down and we'll go to the spleen. So the spleen is going to be over here. As you can see, it's this large organ piece right there. Following that, we'll go down to the appendix, again, which is right here, the appendix. And then right across from that, we're going to have the Peyer's patches, which will be right here and here on the small intestines. So, kind of leaving this diagram up here, we're going to talk about the flow of lymph through the body. So essentially, we got to first define what lymph is. And we'll start with where it begins. So arterial blood is basically going to get pumped down. It's going to flow and lead from the small arteries into the tissues. That's going to be known as interstitial fluid, which will deliver to the cells. Essentially from there, it's going to leave the cells, taking away waste products. So 90% of that will leave as venous blood, and then the 10% that is remaining, that'll be known as lymph. So it's kind of clear to yellowish. It's not like blood whatsoever. It's kind of, pretty much the post sort of plasma-y type fluid that remains. So starting with the lymphatic circulation, let's kind of move on to where that sort of takes place. So it's going to have its own vessels. So there will be lymphatic vessels, and those will have like a one-way sort of journey from the interstitial space to the subclavian veins at the base of the neck, right? So think of it this way: it's going to go from the lymphatic capillaries to the lymphatic vessels, to the nodes, and then it's going to go back up into the subclavian veins, pretty much. From there, we're pretty much going to look at the lymphatic capillaries. That's kind of where our starting point is. So approximately 70% of these are going to be superficial, just kind of under the skin. And then the other 30% are going to be known as deep. So those lymphatic capillaries will be kind of around the body's organs. Pretty much going to be blinded tubes that are only, single cell in thickness. From there, they'll pass on to the lymphatic vessels, kind of forming a larger mesh-like network of tubes deeper in the body. Let's kind of take it on from there. Essentially, those are going to flow up into the lymph nodes. So there's roughly anywhere from 400 to 700 lymph nodes in the body, just depending on the average human and the gender of the person in question. From there, it sort of drains into two areas. So the lymphatic system drains kind of into separate and unequal drainage areas. Pretty much the drainage area in the right side is going to drain the right arm and chest, whereas the left drainage area will clear all other areas of the body, including both the legs and lower trunk up to the chest on the left side and the left arm. So if you were to look at this model here, right? So right side will go right arm, right side of chest, pretty much like this. And then the left drainage area will cover pretty much left arm and the remaining trunk and legs. So pretty uneven there. And that pretty much sums up the flow of lymph through the body. Again, it'll return back to the subclavian veins at the base of the neck to get pumped back and shot back down as arterial blood to then continue the process over again. So it's like a big circle, and that's the lymphatic system. Thanks, guys.